Holy moly. Holy moly. Why do so many people in D&D want to be a gnome fucking monk? Like I'm doing a one-off with a group of friends, and you know how Eli for that one D&D thing was a gnome monk. Gnome monks suck so much. Oh my god, I see you. They are so bad. Gnome monks are gnome monks are so bad because gnomes work on grappling. Oh, I can hear myself. They grab people to start beating them up, but gnomes are really short. Yeah, I'm just hearing my story. Thank you. Oh my god, I'm so attractive. Can't wait to hear that 5 minutes after. We just have to roll with it. Yay! Oh, thank you. I can hear myself, but I can't hear you through the live stream. Yeah, on the stream. That's a good name. Oh my god, that's such a good name for you. What if I called you like a sissy, my sissy pissy? Because you love piss and you're my sis. You know? I think that would be a good name. Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Can't hide from the truth. Sissy pissy. Can't do that. No. I love you, sissy pissy. We get to hear it all again in the live stream. I'm so excited for this. Love you too. What's your favorite type of soda? I feel like people either love or hate Dr. Pepper. And there's no like so many people hate Dr. Pepper. They say that it tastes like pepper. I don't think they've ever had Dr. Pepper or pepper before in their lives. Yeah, what did you expect it to taste like? Salt? Jesus Christ, these guys are blowing themselves up. Of course you did. Yay.
Hey,
Hold on, I gotta mute the Binding of Isaac. Options, SFX, music. Yeah.
oh,
Would you turn up?
I can't believe you.
I'm straight gangster.
You are kind of, bro.
Yeah. Kill yourself.
But he's just like, he's being a silly little guy.
You know what? You're no longer invited to my birthday party. Just for that.
This is the
I don't remember saying that.
Goomter.
What the
Goomter,
fuck?
Goomter.
That guy just farted. Insane amounts. You should.
Oh, she's online?
I feel like people either
I figured it out. Okay. I know there's stream delay, but I figured it out, I think. I have to turn my filters back on now. Okay, there. Sorry, I hope this works. We'll hear in a moment. Yep, figured it out. I got it. We're back. Okay, I'm sorry. So I'll go over the first part really quickly. There's all these sound effects. Actually, there's a car crash too. Jane Remover, Blade, Be Nice to Me in Edison Blur Tool sound. This chant. Everybody's Dead lead. I kind of just stole that from Underscores, like literally just stole it. And then I imagine you kind of heard the whole song this was before, but basically made this whole sound. Oh, what do you mean something went wrong? It's awfully rude. No. Is it this one? Yeah. So I just made this whole loop that was completely different song. And then I decided to chop it up and I turned it into yeah. Anyways, Jersey section. Sorry, I'm trying to get back quickly to where we were. This super distorted, loud, everything. There's this crash. There's this weird cashmere, I don't know how to pronounce it, white noise thing. It's not playing. It's kind of weird, but yeah. And then that's the chords that you'll see later in the song chopped up. There's all these sounds too. Yeah. And if you're wondering where I got any of the, like a bunch of these sounds, they're really all, they're just from a bunch of different kits. Like, I download the best free things that I can give you is there's this Madelinecore kit on like Reddit. I hate Reddit, but there's good kits on there, with a bunch of good sounds. There's the Jane Remover, like splice kits, Underscores kits, Tracer Breaks kit, Umru kit. Excuse me. Dr. Pepper. And then there is the there's like this Jersey kit I found. That's most of what I can think of, but yeah. So you can find most of the stuff you need in there. And those are all free, I think. Or not the splice ones, but the other ones are free. So there's this. This is just a sub bass, by the way, if you're wondering what this is. Oh, whoops. Serum sub bass. I use this all the time. And it's not playing, but yeah. And this That's from account kit. So now you know where everything's from. I think that's kind of silly. There's these snaps, also from a jersey kit, I think. I don't know. There's this. That is Bad Baby. And I added weird effects. I actually, this is gonna sound really weird, but I actually got that from I was listening to Jane River, like Leroy, and there's that same or not the same, but a similar sound, which I think is actually Nicki Minaj. But I thought that if I couldn't find it in any kits anywhere, so I decided, sure, I'll remake it. And so I used Bad Baby acapella to make it, and here it is. So there's that, and then yeah. Really all I do with Jersey stuff is I just basically I just make like this kick pattern with some melody under it, and then there's also like the sidechain pattern that I use. So there's that, and that's the thing. You don't have to do the sidechain, and then at the end of every like 2 bars maybe add a little variation with like snaps or some like fill sounds or something. But yeah, and then basically just does that for a bit, and then also just some stuff, and then I have
Ladies, booty bop, ladies.
weird chopped things. Yeah, Bed Sweet comes in, classic Jersey sound. And then there's this. I love this vocal sample thing. That's Chip Chop, the acapella. If you're wondering what I do for vocal chain stuff, I literally, basically every time, I just throw OTT on it, 100% depth, turn off the lows, add a bit more gain back, and then do a high cut or low cut or whatever. That's basically what I do every time. Sometimes I do something a little different, but yeah. And then there's this little, it's really just the same thing as what I said, just adding some little variation every like 2 bars.
What?
There's that. And then what? And then, oh, whoops. And then this. That's just from another kit thing. Yeah. Then snare again here. This like little snare. And then for like some little glitchy stuff at the end of every when it sort of changes. It's like, yeah. Here, new acapella comes in. It's just pitched down to the key. I think it's just the same OTT. Yeah, like literally basically the same thing. Gets more atmospheric here. Bass. Oh, sorry, that's glitching out a lot. If that sounds bad, it's because my CPU is going crazy. But that's literally just a really basic super saw with shaper box and OTT. So I use OTT on like everything. Yeah. And then here gets a little more Yeah. There's this snare from the chain remover splice pack. So that's just going up in volume and pitch. And then here, bass sound that I use a lot. Really loud, but makes it all distorted and stuff. That, and then yep. And then there's this Undertale symbol. And then another splice SFX. So basically just a bunch of SFX. That's another secret to Madelinecore. It's not a genre, I swear. I pinky promise. There's this sound, I think from the like a Zave kit. Love that sound. And yeah, so this section, it's still part of the atmospheric thing, but it's a little like a drop, but not really. This thing again, it's just really, really lazy crowd chanting. Dr. Pepper. Really lazy crowd chanting. This is a Celeste sample. I think it's literally just it's wider. I never used that plugin. I don't know why I used it this time. A little bit of distortion, O2T. Yeah. And then this. Yeah. A lot of the sounds that I actually got for this, I got Zave's Patreon, and on their Patreon they have like a bunch of project files of theirs. It's amazing. I highly recommend it. So they it's really good educational tools for making any type of music in general, but it also has a lot of sounds from the songs that they make, and I'm a thief, so stuff like that, which I use all the time. Really a bunch of these sounds are literally just stolen from those project files, pretty much. But yeah, I highly recommend getting those. And then yeah, so there's all those, and then it's sort of a little glitchy too, but basically so that's like I think it's just a super saw. The MIDI is just pretty basic. And then there's this. That's like a weird arpeggio, except it's not really an arpeggio. It's just this, just does this weird volume thing, trying to emulate an arpeggio. And then bass. So yeah, there's this, and then a bit partway through that's that's not your computer, for reference. Put that in there. Yeah, so a lot of Madelinecore again is putting fills. This whole like genre, it's not a genre, is basically, it's heavily inspired by Chain Remover. But so yeah, glass break and stuff. Pride a snare. And then that. So that builds into this, which has the bodies scream. Just chopped. Kick. This thing. That's like a... Oh, whoops. That's like a weird snare with serum dimension and delay on it. I don't know where I got that idea from, but I got it. And then here, the melody changes a little bit. Super white noise heavy sub. And then this. That's just the lead, except it's chords now. It's not just the harmonies or whatever. So that's really it. And then there's the chopped blank space vocals. I don't know. I honestly don't know why I chopped it that much. It's kind of weird, but yeah. Oh, also there's the snare. If you want unique snare sounds, just take a couple snares and then just put them together. That's literally it. Yeah, and then here I have my little fill things.
Damn, son. Wait.
It's a little bit like it kind of goes back to Jersey roots, except without the drum pattern, which is kind of what makes Jersey. But yeah, some little stuff. Another fill here. Yeah, there's a lot of fills. Weird little stuff, just a bunch of chopped things. And then here, yeah, and here, ooh, Jersey drum pattern comes in. Oh my god, that's so laggy. Yeah, so it does the Jersey drum pattern, and then there's also like, that's the hold up, ain't you Nathaniel B thing. And then here, a little vine. It's really short, but yeah. And then there's I also just add in amen breaks kind of everywhere. Bunch of stuff. Here, this is a kind of weird thing, because I wanted there to be a little bit of a break before it goes into that. So, it just goes off the grid entirely. It's only for like less than, it's like half a bar, but yeah. And then goes in, big crowd roaring. Oh. That weird sound, bunch of weird sounds. Body scream. The snare just goes away pretty much, or actually no, it's still there, it's just this. I honestly don't know why I did that. That sounds really weird. But I guess it works in context. And then it's honestly kind of boring. It's just an unchopped hand break. Although there is some cool effects on it, I guess. I use Radiator a lot. I love Radiator. And then low high. GHC low high. And then here, this is chopped snare or whatever. And then sort of goes back into the thing. The Everybody's Dead interpolation comes back. It's not an interpolation, as a sample. Comes back. Yeah. Here. Um. Just I guess just to keep you ready for when that gets sampled later. And then Bad Vibes by Palmistry Blade. I did a kind of weird thing with this. I've never done this before in any other song, but I had an idea just to do an octave thing with that vocal. So yeah. And then also with the amen break, it does that drum pattern. Yeah. And then the chops get all chopped again. And then sorry, it's very laggy. But yeah, builds up. Drops back. Resurrections come back. This. Except the drop is a lot shorter than normal. Boom clap comes in, and yeah. It's actually just the acapella boom clap, but yeah. So yeah, and then boom, big drop. No what's it called? No blank space vocals here, but it's pretty much the same thing except boom clap and Bad Vibes are here. And also there's a different snare actually. It's actually not a snare, it's a clap, but yeah. And then there's these crowd roaring. Yeah, that's pretty much it. And then at the end here, so there's the Jane Remover Blade Be Nice to Me thing. Oh, whoops. And so that comes in, and then Weezer.
What's with these homos dissing my girl? Why do they gotta front?
I made it say homos instead of homies. I'm really funny. Yeah.
What's with these?
So that's literally just it. And then, this is supposed to be a reference to the misplaced into pretender transition on Frailty by Jane Remover. So it does literally the same exact thing. It just does it worse though. Yeah, and so with that, we are on to the next song. Derp of a Lifetime. This is honestly probably my least favorite, actually. This one, or maybe Trashy Ho, but I made this one. This is the second earliest one I made. I made you said it was called Madelinecore, like actually pretty recently. I think a little before the new year, maybe a little after the new year. I don't know, but oh, it's not loading, is it? Hold on. It does this sometimes. It's annoying. Okay. Oh my god, that's a lot of CPU usage. Hold on a moment. Okay, so while that project file is opening, encountered an error. Uh-oh. Oh god, that's not good. Why is it doing that? Please don't do that. What's taking up all this space? Um. Uh. Uh-oh. Um. Oh. Okay. Thank God. So I made track 3. I just did a dubstep. First actually. I actually made it very shortly after I started trying to get into making like EDM music. So that was one of the first ones I made, and I'm actually pretty happy with that one. That's one of my favorites. And then I made this one afterwards. This was originally going to be a scrapped song, but I was like, you know what? It's good enough. I'll put it on. So it's actually it's a little bit like a bonus track, but and yeah, so this one I made after that, and then I made You're Nothing But a Trashy Hoe. And then I made Diarrhea Core. Not Diarrhea Core. Yeah, Diarrhea Core. And then I made Here to Wumble, I think. And then I made the Goomter track. But anyways, this one starts off same whole like misplaced to pretender transition and frailty. Sorry, there's a big project file.
Ladies, I want to see you.
So there's
Ladies, I want to see you.
there's that little glass break and the Skrillex. Excuse me. And then it does the drop. So super heavy kick. 2 kicks actually. This kick almost acts as a snare, but it's not really. It's sort of just to fill out the low end during these like little dropout parts. Yeah, and then that's the snare. There's this. What is this? Why is it not playing? Please play. Please. I'll give you a cookie. This. Oh, this is in the Zave project files. Or actually this might be a Patreon thing, but this is another scrapped sound of Zave. So I literally again just took sound design from Zave. A little color-based thing. Oh. And this is just I don't know, I made some weird sound in 3x Osc. I don't know why I used 3x Osc. I never use 3x Osc, like ever. Or oscillator, I don't know how to pronounce it, whatever. Bass thing. And then same super saw I use in literally or actually no, there's a different super saw that I use in literally everything. Oh no, actually I made this song after You're Nothing But a Trashy Hoe. Sorry. But yeah, so there's stuff with these settings. Yeah. Oh, and then also OTT and this. So all those things. There's that, which is exceptionally annoying, but that's Crypto Boy by Salem Elise. I don't know if that's how you pronounce it, but yeah. It's pitched up a very annoying amount. And OTT, and then I think it's vocoded or something to the chords. Super weird. This project file I have no memory of, basically. So it's a really weird project file. There is blisters. Oh, I didn't vocode it. I vocoded it to blisters? Okay. Whatever, it's something weird. But so this is literally just blisters by Kamo. Thank you, Kamo. Love you, Kamo. Yeah. It's almost unchopped. I kind of feel bad. It's like, but yeah. And then there's that. Hate that sound, honestly. Terrible melody. I did a bad job with it, but it's what I have. So I think I made that in Serum. Yeah. Weird bit crush stuff. And then I guess I tried using 3x Osc with this file. And I don't even know what that original sound was. But whatever it was, I'm not a huge fan of it. But yeah, so that's the melody, I guess. And then there's that weird like granular pad thing goes throughout it. This was sort of when I started beginning my foray into sound design. And then Kodak moment vocals. It's like terrible chops, but whatever, it sounds kind of okay in context. That Camel Crusher OTT, that is Tech It by Kafune, which I also sampled in Here to Wumble. I sampled it twice on this project, so it's in there twice. But yeah, so there's that, and then just quick car crash. There's actually no sidechain on this. Oh, never mind, there is sidechain on this. Yeah, and then this. I don't know if I'm remembering correctly. This could be a couple things. One, this could be I took the current the project file when it was unfinished, and I did this. And I recorded in Edison just moving around the cursor. It could be that. Could be wrong. Probably am, because it doesn't sound like it. Or I'm pretty sure I put it through some weird granular thing. I don't know if it was Portal or something. I don't know how granular synthesis works, and I don't remember this project file. I'm sorry. But yeah, so there's that as a fill. It's pretty cool though. I like it. Yeah, that's like the coolest thing about this whole project file. But yeah, so there's that, and then it just sort of goes for a bit. There's that, I guess. And then partway through California Girls comes in. Again, super annoying. Honestly, I'm not that big of a fan of this song, if I'm being perfectly honest.
It's the kind of beat that go.
There's that. It's like a common sample. You could probably look it up. I don't know. It's in some kit somewhere. And then here, the kick pattern is a bit different. There's this thing. So annoying. So annoying. It's just a snare chopped like that. don't know what I was doing with that, but sure. Car crash. Again, I think I use that in every song. And then here, I also use this in the last song, I think, too. But Nathaniel B thing, the hold up, ain't you Nathaniel B? I did the whole crowd like jeering. I took that and I was like, so weird chopping.
I wear a mask with a smile for hours at a time. Stare at the ceiling while I hold back what's on my mind. And when they ask me how
I'm sorry. There's that. Also Blisters drops out, then Blisters comes back in. I don't know. This is a weird project file. Yeah, and then here. Yeah. Then it goes into this more ambient type thing. There's these chords. Weird. I don't know why. I disagree with a lot of the choices I've made in this project file. Then there's pad. And then exhale. This bass. I don't know if I made that or yeah, I made it. Huh. Oh, never mind. I didn't make it. I got it from there. Period. Yeah, and this you might recognize this. That's still the Nathaniel B thing, but it's chopped in a kind of cool way. Blisters comes back. It's all ambient-y, and then yeah, and then Mario Kart finish. Wee. There's that. There's this. Why is it all weird? Oh, that's why. I don't know why I did that in audio. I could have done that so much easier in like a pattern. And then sorry for being so self-deprecating in this one, but there's this sort of house type thing, which is kind of cool. Yeah, and then there's weird pitch lasers. I don't know. Yeah, there's that, and then back to I think literally just the same drop. It's kind of boring, but yeah, and then chant thing. It's kind of weird. Yeah. And then here, Bjork.
Fox News. He jumps into my window in the evening and tells me all the happenings of the forest. He is so cunning.
Yeah, and then it's basically again just another sort of ambient thing, although there's actually Blisters chops this time. The chops are not very good. And then oh, what is that? What? Okay. Oh, it's back. Okay. What is that coming from? Sorry. Vocodex? Okay. Yeah, codec moment. It's weirdly auto-tuned and it has Soothe on it. It's kind of a weird, it's a weird song. Oh, whoops. Tech comes in, kicks, do all, ooh. Then.
My name is Jeff. 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 Jeff.
Yeah.
That's what the mask is.
Yeah. Sorry about that. That's a very annoying sound. I don't know if it's necessary or not. Yeah. And here I also have 2 codec moment chops. This part's kind of cool. Oh, the real cool part about it, though. Oh, so that's same chords or whatever chopped up from earlier, but they're chopped up in a kind of cool way, and I think they're pitched down if I'm remembering correctly. They might not be though. I don't think they are actually, but yeah. Oh, and also, yeah. Yeah. Oh, I did. That sounded like a question. No, just I meant to just say yeah. And then the yeah. That's basically it for this section, and then yeah, and then clap comes in, and there's also the whole dream mask chops or whatever.
Why are you so sad, kid? That's what the point of the mask is.
I'm so sorry about sampling Dream Mask. Yeah, so that's basically it. Again, for this section, it's a lot of repeated stuff, so California Girls. Yeah, and then goes here. Yippee. Again, gets out of ambient. This part is weird because there's a tempo change. It goes from 140 BPM all the way down to 115. That's a lot. That's like 25 BPM. It's very noticeable, and I'm not a huge fan of it, but it's released already, so. And California Boy, drive all the way up on Little Altar Boy. OTT on it. Yeah. Sorry, everything just started crashing for a moment. I don't know how much crash. Yeah, back here, Crypto Boy, our big fan. Oh, there's also this thing. Weird string chords or whatever. Bass. And then the weird kick water droplet build-up thing. There's also the go, except I didn't know it was from Fantano at the time, so I got it from like some other place. If you don't know where it's from the Anthony Fantano 52 Blue Mondays reaction video. Yeah, and then this part, again, really weird. I'm not a huge fan of it, but whatever, it's fine. Kodak moment chops, all this stuff. It does this weird, like, because again, it's super slow. And then
I know it's hard to remember the people we used to be.
Payphone by Maroon 5, and then this weird. I did this really weird dubstep bass sort of thing that I'm not a huge fan of, but basically it's all this, which is so overkill. Yeah, and then this thing, which is I actually use it quite a lot. Yeah. Yeah, that's basically it. The rest is just repeated stuff. There's also the snare. Yeah. And there's breath. And then Porter Robinson talking about his wife and calling her based.
Anything like that. She's so just like she's basement.
Yeah. That is Derp of a Lifetime. This is going by fairly slowly, and there's 6 songs I have to get through, so I'll try to do this kind of quickly. But that's Derp of a Lifetime, and I have to close it for temporarily, and then reopens. Okay, track 3. I just did a dubstep. I recently found out that the guy, I spilled Dr. Pepper. No. The guy who I sampled in this is apparently a groomer, and I feel really bad about sampling him now. So yeah, Gatus Condis is a groomer.
Hello, everybody.
Yeah. And then Porter based does the weird transition with the vine booms and stuff. Then Gatus Condis goes on his little monologue about how he loves his butter, which would be awesome if he wasn't a groomer. So I'm gonna skip him for the most part. I layered 2 kicks, I guess. This song was before I had the great idea to use acapellas when I wanted to hear just the vocals. So yeah. And also before I sidechained. So yeah. There's this. Super loud. Car crash and siren. Kicks and then super saws. Yeah. Excuse me. And then there's this, I think. I don't know. I used that some weird snare thing. This is when I first got the Zave kit, so. Oh, sorry about that. Snare. And then as for the samples. So this is Stitches by Shawn Mendes with all of these settings. And then Angel with a Shotgun Nightcore by Set It Off. I sampled the Nightcore song because I'm kind of silly and I downloaded the Nightcore accidentally instead of downloading the original. But yeah, so Angel with a Shotgun. Yeah, so a bunch of weird chops. And I think on this it's just, oh, there's Wave Shaper and yeah, OTT and stuff. Yeah, here actually there's a little bit of, just a smidge of Ed Sheeran. Yeah.
You can hear it.
I hate this song heavily samples Gatus Condis because I hate him as a human being. Yeah, so does all this stuff basically, does the whole like, yeah.
Very sleeper, here we go.
This is also a weird thing, because I did this another time where I did the whole extend it by like a bar, like for a weird build up.
Very slippery. Here we go.
But yeah, so bunch of weird drums here because again I first got the save kit here, so I was trying to test it out. So I basically have this, and then there's the whole like boom da boom da boom da boom da rhythm, and then just kind of basic saw chords, and then again from the Zave kit, and then I don't know what that is. Okay. Yeah. And here.
I will show you how to drop bass.
Really loud kicks. Because I didn't distort them for some reason. I just turned them up. So they get really loud and distort everything else with them. So it does all this, and then yeah, glitchy stuff, and then
Oh my god.
drop. I'm a pretty big fan of this drop. There's this really cool thing, which again I didn't make actually, but Pume bass, pitch down a bunch. There's these. There's yeah. As for snares, bunch of stuff. Chops. Oh, and then the Zave glitches, like or the granular dumps, they're the best things in like the whole world. Yeah. And then sadly, because it's kind of a little important, there's the whole
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Gatas Condas sample. Then there's so yeah, there's I think those are pretty cool. And then another I just got a quick square arc fill or whatever. I think it's completely out of key if I'm remembering correctly, but or no, it's in key, but whatever. And then
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
There's this instead.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Beautiful sound.
So yeah. Oh, I also did the butter sounds here. So these are the butter sounds, which again, Gatas Condas, Groomer. So those are the sounds that a butter makes when it hits another butter. And then it goes into this weird verse type thing with different chops. Stitches. Yeah, it's basically just that. There's different chord things. Bunch of chops. Goes there's this. This is kind of before I knew how to do sound design, so again, it's kind of a lot of stuff is from sample packs, but they're changed a good amount, at least in this one. So then build up again. It's the same build up as before, I think. So, yeah, and then.
I will show you how to drop bass. Oh my god. Oh my god.
And then I also think it's the same drop as before, at least pretty much.
What does a butter sound like?
Except with the different fills, which boo, I'm always gonna be so sad every time I listen to this song because of that. But yeah, and then
I'm ready to keep them together.
and then there's this outro thing that I really, or not outro, but like final verse thing that I really like. This really cool like. It's like this whole like. So That's the whole like little water droplet-y pierce thing that I've been using underneath the kick this whole time, so I used it for a little melody glitchy thing here. Also, I think, yeah, there's an 808 for this section, which I actually don't know if that was here earlier. No, it wasn't. Okay, yeah, so that's what sort of makes it a little different. And then,
And so now we're able to back the sound.
yeah, and then Gatos Condas fades it out. So yeah, that's a pretty quick one to explain, but that's still one of my favorites. Besides the Cult Groomer thing. I'm sorry for bringing it up so much, but I can never look at him the same. So, on to Trashy Ho, which actually I never broke down originally, so it's good to break it down for the first time, because I like breaking down every song that I make, because hopefully it can help people. So, this one, it was the first single, and I made it like in the span of like basically a day, but I made some tweaks over like 3 days, and then I released it in like a week from it, because I was very impulsive, so I was like, oh, release it, I like it a lot. But yeah, I don't like it as much anymore, but yeah. So Chuck Better Call Saul,
He orchestrated it.
Jimmy, he defecated through a sunroof. This one samples Take Back the Night by Try Hard Ninja, which is so nostalgic for me. It's like part of my childhood. But first, little fills here. I'm gonna check the chat really quick. Oh, new people. Yeah, I don't know if you're still watching VR Duck, but yeah, their groomer, Gatis Condis. I don't know all the stuff, but he basically groomed somebody, and even in his but his apology video, he still said that he had relations with her when she was 20, and he's like, God, he's got his age. He's like 41 years old. So no matter what, he's at least 10 years older than her, which is not okay. So even though it's technically not illegal, it's super creepy. Regardless, I don't want to support him. But anyways, back to this. This really basic snare. I don't know what this is. Oh, and then yeah. So goes here. Boom. So this is just the same melody from the song, the Take Back the Night. But so I sampled the original. Although I think I added some effects. Like, oh, actually, it's just OTT. And then I made my own little pluck. Oh, dearest wife. Who is Gatis Condis? He's the guy sampled in track 3. He made a funny video on TikTok where he was like, oh, my name is Gatis Condis, and today I will show you what it sounds like when you hit a butter against another butter. And then he did this whole science experiment, and I was like, wow, that's really funny. And then I sampled it and put it in a song, and then later I found out he's a groomer. I'm very sad, but he's, I think he also won Britain's Got Talent, but not won, but he got far in Britain's Got Talent because he was a comedian and his comedy made no sense, and everyone was like, wow, that's really funny. But yeah, I don't know what that is. Moving on, sorry. There's a bunch of weird effects on this, that are weird. There's dimension. And distortion. Dimension's weird because I like dimension, but it makes it sort of off time. Oh, dearest wife. Oh, so Jeremy yeah. So Gatsconda, he's basically like Jeremy Fragrance, except he's like groomer. And also I think, yeah. Dimension's weird though, because it sort of makes it offbeat, if that makes sense. But whatever. OTT, there's auto-tune on this for some reason. I think because it was a little off when I first heard it, so I just added auto-tune. And then Soothe, which I don't use Soothe too often, but yeah. Little clap. There's that kick, and then yeah, goes here. Bass. This part's pretty cool actually. I like it. Just weird, really distorted respace. I think that's also just, yeah, it's just a res but with distortion. There's also this new Bit Crush melody, same melody. Yeah. The kick changes for some reason. Snare. Also the yeah, and super detuned lead, these settings and stuff, very detuned. Oh, hi VR Duck. Sorry, I'm not checking chat that often, but yeah. So yeah, and then it builds up. Whoa. Drop here. This is probably my second least favorite song of the whole thing. So yeah, but basically that stuff, I think it's just, oh, what is that? Yeah, basic chords, and then there's these yeah, I think that's like the same thing from before, and then there's just a basic bass, and then yeah, everything's chopped up a bit. That's the kick. There's also another Zave granular dump. Yeah. There's that, I guess, on every snare hit. Another one of these. Just, it's very annoying, at least on its own. And then, oh, there's also After Party by Don Toliver here. Weird chops. Random question, but do you know somebody named Troy? Yeah, I do. Oh, okay. How do you know Troy? Anyways, lasers. Yeah, that's kind of actually, yeah, lasers. And then I think the snare actually just is the, oh, never mind, it's this. Okay. And I'm friends with him? Oh, okay. That makes more sense. I thought you were like a stalker. Fracture. Basically, it's kind of weird. That sound, that is the plugin called Fracture. So I automated the mix and stuff. Preset. It's a weird glitch thing. I think it's free. So it does that weird glitch thing every time that plays. Sorry for not looking at chat a bunch. But yeah. So super freaky girl. There. And there here. There's a little fill. Oh, whoops. No, don't open Discord. I didn't mean to open Discord. No. What are you doing? No, go away. Okay. Sorry. So that's basically it with all the glitch stuff. Every once in a while in the drop, there's this. There's that comes in. And then here, there's weird chops. So it's like and then ring a shouting. Ring the shouting. Yeah. And then I think it's basically just the same until it's even the same fill actually. Although there's also Super Freaky Girl by Nicki Minaj in here. Oh, it's okay. They were wondering why you have them blocked on most websites like Discord and such. I think just because a while ago there was like spamming and stuff on the Discord, I guess. It wasn't spamming, but I wanted to like turn off notifications, I think. But I haven't talked to them in a long time. Sorry. Super Freaky Girl. Yeah, and then here it sort of does a weird stuttery thing. Yeah. Oh, oops. So this, and then Nicki Minaj, Super Freaky Girl. Yeah, and then here, yeah, kind of weird chops again, but yeah, and goes here. So there's like the chopped, detuned lead, and then the past. Arrows. Again, kind of weird chops, but yeah, and then build up. Those chops are kind of or not chops, what was I gonna say? I do that drum pattern a lot. I did not notice I did it so much, but yeah, this is like a weird metal cheese grater snare from the Zave kit. And then this is basically the same drop, except there's sort of like a fake out at first, I think. I don't know EDM terminology, I'm sorry. So yeah, pretty much same drop. if not the exact same drop. Yeah, and then back here to another like little build-up section. So this is where it gets its name from.
First of all,
Here, I'll get all the.
first of all, you're nothing but a trashy hoe. Second of all, you suck Jimmy. Third of all, you're not a boss ass bitch. You're a boss ass trashy hoe. For real.
I don't know the Vine. Oh, sorry, I messed up the Vine boom sound effect with this. That's what it's supposed to sound like. Sorry. But so yeah. This actually this worked like really well in the BPM of the song, so I'm very thankful for that. But yeah, so basically, if you're wondering the reason why I have the second of all, you suck Jimmy instead of the original is because my aunt listens to my music, and I didn't want her to hear me sampling all those darn cuss words. Or at least if I was going to, I would rather have it be from Jesse from Breaking Bad than from like a 9-year-old girl or whatever. Sorry, I don't know the lore of the You're Nothing But a Trashy Hoe thing, but also it's supposed to be a sort of Breaking Bad sort of themed song with the intro and stuff, so bitch. But yeah, and then it's sort of like the same atmospheric things as before, and then another build with just a kick, and then this is another weird part actually, where I do like a whole kind of dubstep thing, but I feel like, I don't know, I'm not a huge fan of this part, but this is no more saying cuss words. That's so true.
I was wondering, what's the welcome?
What's the welcome? So that's the dedicated wham thing. But yeah. Oh, whoops. So this is really loud and weird, but there's this like bass. And then this really blown out like bass punch. Mary had a little lamb. So all of these settings, if you want to copy them, these things, what's this? Oh, master tune. It's kind of weird. So all those settings, if you want to copy them, I guess. But if being perfectly honest, and this inspiration, I started the Undertale SoundCloud to Madelinecore pipeline by Zave. I realized that it was like, oh, this dubstep thing is sort of offbeat. That's so cool. It sounds so good. But I had no idea how to recreate it. So I just made this, and this was the best I could do at the time. Not my favorite I've done, but whatever, it's okay. But yeah, so there's the so there's that, and then it's a pretty cool snare, after party thing. Take back the night chops. And then every once in a while there's the whole like
Dedicated land. The recommended amount after the server. I'm sorry, could you please repeat your dedicated wham to a server.
So yeah, and then it flips up. And then it has the doing your mom. But it has the doing your mom weird thing. Yeah, and then car crash, and then
Have some more chicken. Have
have some more pie.
It doesn't matter if it's boiled or fried. No.
Yeah, so that's You're Nothing But a Trashy Hoe. Actually, oh, technically, I guess there's also this thing. Oh, never mind. I actually think I showed that. But yeah. What's this? Holy moly, folks! The Gooter track. Oh, it's all lagging. Oh, is it back? Oh, okay. The Goomter track. I'm gonna ping it. Oh, never mind. Oh no, it's entering. Oh god. Okay. Hold on. Sorry, technical difficulties. Actually, they're not that technical difficulties, but minor technical difficulties. The Goomter track. I can say report crash, I think, and then maybe next time yeah. Oh, never mind. Please open. Oh, okay. I'm pinging everybody. Goomter track breakdown. Okay. Oh, and also, do you think you'll unblock him? I guess so. Sure. I can do that. I'll do that after this stream. Okay. Goomter track. It's back. Yes. That's a riser impact I use a lot. It's from some underscores kit that I found on r/drumkits. Again, I promise I don't use Reddit normally. I only use it for like downloading drum kits. I pinky promise. And then where is it? What? Oh, where? Oh, okay, there. This. The link for Discord is also down, or it doesn't work. Oh. Hey. Hi Oak.Dll. Hi Saplink. I know you. Oh, close. I'll keep the link for the Discord down. I'll fix it later. I don't think anybody's like in the call or whatever anyways. But yeah. So, Goomter track. I'm gonna delve a little into the Goomter lore here. So there's like a there is a Wikipedia, I think, and about Goomter. And he is basically a strange individual. He was found in the woods. He got disowned. All this stuff. He's led a terrible life. But there is a photo of Goomter. Low boy. That's so true. Goomter. Hold on, I'm pulling it up. This is important. I swear it's important to breaking down the song. Okay, Goomter. Okay. So, where is it? Okay. So, this is Christina Aguilera. This is Bigfoot run through some weird thing that makes him look very irregular. And then this is a combination of the two. So, we put that picture into some like image to music thing. and we got the Goomter beats here. So there's that, and there's actually some effects on it. So there's OTT, there's like ozone imager just to make it stereo because it came out of mono, and then there's I used, oh, it's not loading. Oh, it is loading. It's just loading slowly. He deserved everything that ever has happened to him. No, he doesn't. He's innocent. He's a little guy named Goomter, okay? So there's a phaser on it. Yeah, and then fades in. Big heavy. So this is kind of eerily similar to Perfect Imperfection by Quinn. It was unintentional, I think he promised. But yeah, so there is really basic saw chords. I'm so sorry for being so basic with my saw chords and stuff. Yeah. And then actually I was in a call with a friend when I made the song, and I was like, oh, give me a melody, like think up a melody for me, and they sang this, so I made this the melody. Yeah. So also for the kick, there's also like a little white noise thing. And then for the snares, there's a lot actually layered. So it's like weird stuff. And then there's this Tracy breaks snare that's all, I think it's cut off. Yeah. So it's just a little ping. But every other snare, it goes down like a couple semitones or something. And actually, I did a thing with lossy on it, I think. So without it, it's weird. I don't know. And the lossy, I think these are the settings. So there you go. That's my weird snare. You're such a pro, Oak.Dll. I'm your biggest fan. Thank you so much. This is so Lowboycore. Okay, now everybody is a huge fan of this. The juicy stuff. Pocan.
Pocan.
So, basically, my friend, whose nickname is Pocan, recorded this little thing for me.
Pocan. Ease. Pocan.
So I took those two little sounds of them saying Pocan, and I sampled them. Pocan. 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 It's so true. It's awesome. And then, oh, whoops. This, I think is really funny. You want him. Aren't you like married or something? Whatever. Okay.
Okay.
So no effects. With no effects, this sound. Weird. Oh, can. Same Pocan chops, and then effects. OTT. Pitch map makes it all like heavenly, and then little altar boy with these things on it. Really weird. OTT, and then tremolator. So basically, I turned a glitch of somebody saying Pocan into a silly little melody. It's so cool. I'm not married. I am, but he doesn't have to know. Wow, I can't believe you would cheat on your hubby with something like that. Something. Pocan is something. So yeah, so there's this like little fill here. And then another fill here. Snare roll. Vinyl scratch from Umru. Oh, whoops. Whoopsie. There. And then that thing. Yeah. Also that. And then it goes here, which I think is about the same, although there's... Oh, yeah. There's also these things.
Pokead.
That's /J, by the way. I love my husband. I love Beth. Wow. I'm so happy for you. I have a loving wife. I love my wife. So there's these Zave rim fills. Yeah. And then here, there's the ladies booty bounce to this.
Ladies, booty bounce to this.
And then that snare thing. There's also, yeah. Shut up, Dvork. I don't know what Dvork is, so I'm gonna pretend like he didn't say that. Oh, dearest wife, I love you too. Love you. Yippee. So fill here is just a triangle. And then this part, this part's actually a little corny. It's just basic, yeah. And then, yeah. And then that thing, divorce. Hey! I love my wife. We're married, okay? So here there's just like lasers. Yeah. Ah, hey. It's so laggy. Yeah, and then here there's little keys, like that's the fill. There's basically just a fill every break. Hey! What do you mean, hey? Burn? That's so rude. And then shit noises from Zave. I hope you have a happy, stable, and loving marriage. I do. I love my wife. And then another like Zave perk. Yeah, and then here there's think break. Weird fill. Why is pitched all weird? Oh, it's not pitched all weird. It's just weird. And then Pokken, we have the.
Is that good?
Pokken was worried that that the take, they wanted to make sure that the take was right. And then there's this little mosquito. I love that little mosquito. And then
This is a Pokken track.
So awesome. It is a Pokken track. Okay, I'm leaving Oak.Dll. I hope you have a nice stream. This is amazing. Bye bye. Leo leaving. Okay, toodle doo. Have a grand day. Alrighty. Oh, by the way, for anybody that isn't just one of my friends watching this, which I don't think there's any of you, but anyone that isn't just one of my friends watching this, this stream will be archived. It will be on my YouTube channel. So no need to like get flash memories in here or something. But yeah, Pride of Snare. Love Pride of Snare. Goomter Beats. Honestly, it's not that bad for AI. But yeah, and then there's Atmosphere. Weird detuned stuff, I don't know. Sub gets louder, gets more distorted over time. whole melody of like there's also there's also this. I actually really like that a lot. I think that's just so fun. But then there's also that was originally just an Umaru riser sound.
My name is not my.
Okay, thank God it did not crash.
My name is not Mike, it's Finger. I'm just a kid named Finger. All I ever did was ask to finger paint, but my teacher said...
Yeah, so there's all these, and then...
Kiss my pants.
I pissed my pants? Yeah. And then there's also like this.
Pants?
That is unintentional.
I pissed my pants?
Yeah. That thing. Yeah. Soup noises. That, I guess. Same Love by Macklemore. Oh, actually, yeah, Same Love by Macklemore. That's not playing.
Like the same sex, the characteristics, the right wing conservatives think it's a decision. You can be cured with some treatment and religion. Man-made rewiring of a predisposition playing God.
Wonderful. And then there is slightly different melody, I think. Okay, thank God. I'm so worried this is gonna crash. Oh God, is it gonna? Okay, never mind. I just misclicked. Okay. There's this thing. I think that's from taking the Goomter beats and putting it through like Blur Tool and all that gunk. Or actually no, it might not be. It might be from something else. If so, I don't know, remember what it's from. Sorry. And then there's also my buddy here saying I tried to put that in the background as much as I could. Because this was sort of like a collaboration with all my buddies. But I can see it gloomy 'cause I'm too teased. I'm a dog on the roof like Snoopy. Love you, Blade. And then yeah. So builds up. Woohoo! Yay! Build up, build up. Into weird gross sounds here. Yeah, so it goes into another sort of Jersey section. There's a lot of Jersey sections in this, but yeah. Here, I actually think this is kind of cool. Oh, whoops. Kind of not terrible sounding Same Love by Macklemore chop. There's all that stuff, I guess. Another really lazy crowd chant. Chopped up super saws stuff. Oh, whoops. And then that. Pretty standard Jersey section, I guess. Oh, there's also these kicks. 2. Oh, what happened? Oh. Yeah, and then that. That's just a loop I found, and then another Jersey loop I found. Yeah. Pretty standard. There's the whole like gun cock thing. That yeah, again, pretty standard. Here also. I'm not gonna play this all at least all of this individually because yeah, but
Like moan it?
so there's that, and then I think that. Yeah. I'm so sorry. Yeah. And then yeah, and then goes into the
Get this
getting
doggy
the doggy moving. And then some sound effects again. Goes back into a more ambient verse section, or not a verse, more like a build up. Boy's a liar.
He say that I'm good enough. Think about shit that I should've known. So I tell him it's one of me. He making fun of me. His girl is a bum to me. Like that boy is a cop. Saying he home, but I know where he at. Like, but he blowing her back. Think about me because he know that it's.
Yeah. Just pitched down with like OTT and stuff. There's this piano. It's just an Undertale sound font piano. Yeah. Sorry, this is a big one. This is a lot of variation in this project file. So yeah, all that. There's the sub bass or whatever. Fades up, and so there's this white noise like that, and then this sort of sounds like sounds sort of similar. It also sounds a little like the F slur. I pinky promise it's not. I pinky promise. And there's also that, and then these things. So yeah. Then these. Oh, thank God. Okay. iMovie. There's that. There's the Pocan thing. Boy's a liar. It's just a Pink Panthers saying, ugh. There's all that. There's just a kick, and then there's this snare. That's just a Madelinecore rim, but it has resonance on the yeah, and it's pitched up every other one, I think. There's also that every snare, I think. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool. And this thing, which I really like. So there's sort of, it sort of like fades into the snare every time or whatever with water sounds and stuff. But this, love that sound. If I can find it. So there's, originally there was this like chirpy chirpy sound in Serum, and then there's just normal piano actually. Pitched up, and then lossy, and then just a delay. Yeah. So it does that, and then goes into this. This is weird, but I'm not completely against it, I guess. It's not like terrible. I originally was going for something like weird minimalistic dubstep type thing. Or not those, whatever. I don't know how to, I'm sorry, I'm not very cultured in EDM. But yeah, so there's this, there's these. And then there's this bass that's like sub bass does that weird thing. This thing, that. And then this like hardstyle perk. These as a transient. Yeah. And then there's like also yeah. And then every like there's some fills every once in a while, so that's another transient thing, but with even break. And yeah, it's sort of just a lot of weird chopped things until it goes back into this, because then it's just sort of a combination of both. If that makes sense. It's yeah, that's actually basically it. And there's just all these like little fills, and then yeah. And then there's that stuff, which I am not telling you where it's from. And then there's that fart sound, which I made completely from scratch in Serum, and also granular synthesis. But I think it's a pretty convincing fart. Okay, it's pretty convincing. Yeah. Oh, also I forgot to mention this. Sorry. But here when it's like doing the whole like it goes into lossy for a moment, and it goes into lossy and it does like a tremolo on the master or whatever. Yeah, that is the Gumter track. Big long Gumter track. All that pizzazz and stuff. Yeah. Okay. Final song. You're nothing but a or not. I forgot. Sorry. Final song. Hear the wumble. Colon 3. Okay. All right. Hold on. Okay. Final song, Here to Wumble. I learned so much lore. Yeah, bet you did. You're such an you've been so educated. Okay. This is my personal favorite song on the album. I think it's the best one. It's also a pretty big project file. So, yeah, goes straight in with the there's this like really distorted thing I found. Honestly, oh, that's where it's from. I found it. There's somebody who did a Home Switcher remake, Home Switcher by Jane Remover remake on YouTube, and they gave out the project file for free. And one of the sound effects they used was this sound effect. And I stole it. Yet again. I am a thief. I'm sorry. So go straight in, car crash, siren. Yay! Just like me. And then impact. There's these weird stuff. There's this piano, really basic. I think it might be FL key. Oh no, it's not FL keys. It's Undertale piano. And then there's also this stuff. Just basic saw thing. Yeah, and then apps here. Sorry if it's being laggy. Yeah, it's glitching a bit, but respace and then there's a little bit of Little Ultra Boy because I wanted to make it like pitch down, so that's 4-minute pitch or whatever on the Ultra Boy. Yeah. Then it builds into this was originally just going to be my Take It a Rumble remix, but I liked it so much that I decided to release it.
Listen, yeah, that. It is in the jungle.
I also I had to release this really quickly because when I first made it, Rumble had just released, but people would stop making remixes of Rumble soon. So if I was going to release it, I had to release it soon. So I decided to release those the last single for the album. Not album, it's an EP, whatever. But yeah, so sorry. So there's a bit of distortion, OTT, EQ, and then ozone imagery, yeah.
Listen, yeah, that.
There's that. Which I think, yeah. Glass break. I love that sound. Yeah. And then builds into yeah. There's this bass glitch, which I actually made all by myself. This was sort of when I was starting to get into granular like sound design and stuff. You're getting a bit laggy. How could you teal? Yay. Oh, sorry about the lag. I don't know if there's anything I can do about it. I'm sorry. I don't know. But this is me getting into sound design a bit. I thought this is just a really big granular every 9 seconds is a new image. Oh god. Can you at least hear it? I'm sorry. Is there anything you can do in Task Manager? Oh my god. Oh god, oh god. Okay, that's what's happening. That's what's happening, I think. IL Bridge. There's so many of them. Why are there so many? Okay. All right. Anyway, okay. I don't know if that fixed it or not, but whatever. Granular thing. Bass glitch. There's that thing. Yeah. This is a weird project file too, but I think it sounds a lot better. There's this thing. I have to... This is here to wumble, but it's just the weird like drop. It's just the drop part, I think. So OTT, alter boy, pitch up, OTT again, distortion, oh whoops, shaper box to make it more transienty or whatever, and then this. And I think it's also just, oh never mind, it's not that pitched up. Yeah.
Ladies, booty bounce to this.
I did weird like,
To this. To this. To this. To this. To this.
I don't know where that came from exactly, but yeah. There's this bass, which again, sort of just a thing I use a lot, with the coarse pitch all the way up, swiping up or whatever. There's some, yeah, it's a pretty simple patch, but it's, yeah. Oh, that's kind of cool actually. Like I do this little thing a lot where it's like the or whatever, but it actually kind of works with this. So OTT, dimension, vocal codecs, phase distortion, which I never use, normal distortion, and then OTT. So yeah. And the snare is very weird. Yeah. But there's, yeah. So bass glitchy stuff. Oh, you're back to normal now. Okay, good. Thank you. And then, yeah. So it does all this. Yeah. And then kick comes in. Pretty heavy kick. I like that kick a lot. Yeah. And then at the it sort of just glitches a ton. Yeah. This part's kind of cool too. The side chain sort of turns off, so it gets all. What is this? Oh, okay. I forgot to mention that earlier, sorry. So then it does this whole thing. Yeah. Like that weird thing with the snare. So sidechain turns off, so it's like boom, glung, glung, boom. And everything's sort of off a little. It's like the main is swung like a ton. So it's weird. It's a weird tune, but I think I like it. I'm a really big fan of this one. Yeah. Bass glitch here. Yeah. And then get this doggy moving again. I use it a lot. This thing. There's that thing. I made that in Serum, I think, if I can find it. Yeah. Made that in Serum. Pretty basic sound. It's kind of weird. And then there's home switcher lead. Home switcher sample. Although since I couldn't get the exact home switcher sound, it's not really a sample. I just made it myself in MIDI. Check it. Yeah. And here, when it does it has musician. Yeah. Musician by Porter Robinson. For anybody that doesn't know Porter Robinson, I guess. But then back to this, like, again, really lazy crowd chanting. I do that quite a lot. And this time, Tech It vocals pitch up. So now it's pretty regular pitch. So yeah, there's this. There's also this thing. Yeah. And then basically just straight distortion thing. Yeah, and then it goes into this. I love the sample a lot.
Every bitch can't be your son. Every bitch can't be your son.
Yeah. And then it has the underscores breath. Yeah. And then goes back. It has this thing here. Gets a really fast there. Yeah, and it fades in like this. Super heavy, gets so loud. And then it has the
Hyperpop breakbeat. Hyperpop breakbeats, go.
Yeah. This here. This is what's the yeah. Oh my god, that's so loud. But this bass that is I did that with granular synthesis, but I like it so much. I love that bass. It's really cool sound design, and I love granular synthesis. But yeah, so there's that. And I'm sorry, I can't tell you exactly, or not I can't, I couldn't tell you exactly how I made it. I don't really remember. I think I just made some weird bass in Serum that doesn't make sense, and then I put it through a granularizer called Emergence. It's a VST that I think it's free too. So yeah, but don't quote me on it. And then I just and then I think I Edison recorded just moving a bunch of knobs around. But again, don't quote me on it because I genuinely don't remember. But that's what I normally do for stuff like this. Body Scream. Yeah, so this part is pretty minimalistic, but this bass is really loud and overpowering. Yeah, so there's the what? This is kind of cool. Does the yeah. And yeah, so it's sort of like that, and the she's online. There's just a lot of bass glitches. Yeah. So that's basically it for that section. And then here, goes back to a sort of more section. that doesn't make sense. It goes back to a more ambient-ish section. Not ambient, but you know what I mean. Whatever, build up. So there's this water. There's this thing. Yeah. A lot of the same stuff from before. Break-in sample. Whoopee. Yeah. There's like this clap. Basic clap. Yeah, basically just builds up, so yeah, and then really short impact thing, and then super distorted thing, so it's like all distorted kicks. There's that chopped up. There's this. Yeah. 5G's chopped. Although it's not really chopped up. It's it just sort of cuts out sometimes. Tech vocals. Yeah. There's this snare. I honestly don't know why that's there. It's like there's no purpose really. It's barely audible. There's this thing. Again, I just do that a lot. Again, the budget crowd chanting. And then there's all this like with the snare, does all this stuff. Oh, whoops. There. Yeah. So there's all these other snares going in and stuff. And then there's like a fill, like a glitchy fill every single time it does, anytime there's like a pause or whatever. So this. There's that. There's the that. This is kind of cool. There's it's not actually that cool, but it's there. The whole like it pans left to right times, and then there's this for this. Pretty basic. It's a lot of just the same stuff, just chopped up. And then it does this thing, which is kind of weird. That's just a weird glitch that I downloaded that's like really long. Sorry, it's kind of ear piercing. And then the Tekkit sound drops out. And rumble comes back in, so yeah. There's this. And then bed squeaks come in for the whole rest of the thing. Yeah. Where is it? The next one. There's just this fade in thing. Oh, I forgot to mention this whole thing. Sorry. There's a new lead here. That's Undertale. It does the whole Undertale leitmotif. I think it's a little bit off, but whatever. So that's there. Yeah, so then and then just to fade it out a little bit after that, there's the "Praise God, all I was with me today." Sorry, it's lagging. There's the this, but turned down a lot. Everything, it's just sort of sustained and slowed down a little here. So that's sort of what makes it fade out. There's like the, because that's in 5G pretty much. Musician. Sorry, it's laggy at this part, but yeah. And then yeah, oh, and then there's this. If it's a little bit off, I did it by ear, so please forgive me. And there's the pew pew pew. And then I believe that's it. Or actually no, because there's lossy on this last part. So lossy on the whole thing pretty much, but it sort of fades in a little. So yeah, that is everything. That is Madelinecore. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. FL Studio is closing in a weird way. Yeah. Thank you so much, everybody. I hope you had a great time watching. I hope you enjoy Madelinecore. And I hope you learned something from this. Goodbye, everybody.